Hello, it's Jeannie. How are you? I truly hope you're doing well in this holiday season. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends. And Christmas is coming up. And we are going to be returning to light very soon with the winter solstice, the darkest day coming. And then after a few days, it starts getting light again. And I love that. So I'm kind of a dork. I have this sunrise and sunset app. And you watch it start adding a minute to each day or every couple of days. And then it's a couple minutes and, earlier sunrise. And I like that, the return to light. Even though it seems dark and cold in the northern hemisphere, of course, we are returning to light. So, I have a really cool video today, and I'm wearing kind of a groovy retro patterned shirt, tunic, and kind of homage to the 70s, the groovy psychedelic pattern. I haven't had this since the 70s, but anyway, I will be posting this on my eBay channel, or what do you call that, eBay shop, because I'm selling a bunch of my clothes that just don't fit anymore. They're way too big. I've lost a lot of weight over the last 2 years, and too much good cooking and love of food and love of bread and carbs. Oh, I would marry them. So, I've learned to kind of cut back, and the weight came off. So I have all these nice clothes that I'm going to be just posting on eBay because I don't need them in my closet. So, as a matter of fact, this tunic is being held on by a big clip. So, but I can't take this outside, so wear it outside, so it's going. I'm cleaning out my closet. There. Too much information, I know. I am getting ready for the reveal for Christmas evening. Not Christmas Eve, but the Christmas Day night. And that's when most of the kids will be here. And some friends. So I'm getting really excited about that. Thank you for those of you who sent in some video clips. I'm just so touched. I love you guys. With regard to Instagram, I'm not posting anything there. I've been noticing, I followed all your instructions on how to disconnect the contacts from my phone who, people can find me on Instagram, and I swear I'm still seeing people I know find me on Instagram. It's like, a friend from Germany, a young guy, I won't say his name, but when I was there last time, I helped him bury his rabbit. His rabbit died, his pet rabbit, and I helped him bury his rabbit. So anyway, lovely, lovely young man, wonderful family of friends. Anyway, he found me on Instagram. So it's like, oh boy, stuff is getting away from me. I can't keep the lid on this big secret anymore, so I am really going to be glad that it gets out, that I come out. And there we go. So I ended up, with regard to my daughter who found me on Instagram, I deleted her. So I think I took care of that problem for now, and I'll let her re-follow me, or, we can link back up after the reveal. So, Jennifer, if you're seeing this, hopefully you can start following me again on Instagram. But I'm not posting anything there till after next week. thank you for all your advice on helping me navigate that. So, another thing I am trying to navigate, and I spent a day and a half off and on working on this sucker. This gimbal. Now, I want to be able to walk around and have some stability with my camera. And so I bought this, and it seems really nifty, and I finally figured it out, how to get my camera on it and get it connected, but I haven't figured out the controls yet. I've watched some YouTube videos, but they go so fast, and they assume you know things, and it's like, no, dumb it down. And so it is a Crane M3. And if any of you have tips on this sucker, I need it. Whew, man, I need somebody who can give me a tutorial on how to use that. But I'll figure it out, because that's what I do, right? So I am going to do a combination of whispering and soft-spoken in this video, and go through these amazing magazines. But first, a video or two ago, I told you about some authors who sent me their books, and I think I've got one or two more coming. And anyway, I just finished this Seal of Confession by Michelle Pace. And I couldn't put it down. I lost sleep because I went way past my mandatory bedtime, and I kept reading it and reading it and reading it, and made me completely unproductive for 2 days because I had to finish it. So Michelle and I have been emailing back and forth, and she's just a fabulous gal. So this Seal of Confession, I recommend it. I really recommend it. So, great book, great book. It's a thriller, kind of a thriller whodunit, and that's all I'll say. And it wasn't The Butler. Okay. If you can, stay tuned when I'm done with this walkthrough of these magazines for just a moment of keeping it real. A couple things I want to talk to you about that were on my mind, on my heart, especially during this season. And so that'll be at the end. So look at this. '17 magazine from July of 1976. Oh, but wait, there's more. '17 magazine from May of 1974. And I'm going to tell you, okay, this big one was 65 cents. It's big. Look at the difference in size in 2 years. And now this one is 75 cents. So it went up. So look at the difference. Let's see. These were very influential in my life, particularly in this year, 1974. You know, I'm a teenager. And as a girl, these are aimed at young girls, you know, teens and whatnot. If you are of a certain age, you'll remember these. And they were very influential. They were the TikTok, beauty hacks of the day. And I remember really trying to do some of these things, some of these hairstyles, some of the beauty tips, some of the clothing tips. I mean, they were influential. And so we're going to delve right into it. So, we'll start with the May of 1974. Okay. I apologize for all the lint that you see and cat hairs, but you guys know my cats jump up here. So this is the May 1974 17 magazine. I don't know who that is. So, here we go. Okay. So, makeup in the 70s was very colorful, bright. I just polished my nails, and I've got little pieces all around the cuticles because I'm messy, particularly doing my right hand. So these crayons, these makeup crayons, were very popular, very colorful. These are, can you see those? Definitely colors that we wore. Big lashes. Okay. Now this is a hairspray ad, but look at these hot rollers in the back. These things would get caught up in your hair, so they would snarl your hair so badly. CoverGirl. Still today we use CoverGirl, don't we? Okay. Clark's. That's still a brand. That's a good shoe brand. Look at this. The Swedish tanning secret. The light get dark. The dark get darker. That was the era of trying to get as tanned as possible. And I am having things frozen off my face and my back because of days like this, spending out in the sun and just getting as dark as possible. You know, totally different. Today, our view of, the sun today, sunshine is healthy, of course, but that whole tanning thing. There was another big ad. It wasn't in this magazine. It was like a different, I don't know what magazine it was called. Bain de Soleil for the Saint-Tropez tan. And it had this woman so tanned, it was like the goal to get that dark. Look, Chanel. Chanel number 5. And this ad, even though it's dated, is just as relevant today. Now, I don't know that you wear Chanel number 5 playing tennis, but I was just looking at some the other day. It's so expensive, but it's a nice scent. I love it. I love Chanel. Oh, look at these cars. Look at that car. Impala. And the Vega hatchback. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, Dear Beauty Editor. Complex skin. Just basic. Oh, here we go. I love to get a deep, dark tan. Will sunbathing be harmful to my skin? I haven't read this. Let's see what they say. Dear Patty, Dermatologists advise against too much sun as it causes dryness, gradual thickening of the skin, and wrinkles when you're older. To tan, start with short daily exposures, gradually increasing the time up to a few hours. Use a tanning product with a built-in sunscreen and moisturize daily. Okay, that's the wisest thing I've heard about sunbathing from the 70s. Okay, scents are still alive in your brain. This was an amazing scent. Herbal Essence shampoo and conditioner. I loved this Herbal Essence. I wonder if they still have it. I like this ad, all the artwork, the drawing, and the coloring, and Cody. Okay, look at these curlers. These were curlers from hell if you had long hair. I'm telling you, I had long hair like this. And you roll these up the wrong way, and they are in like forever. And they tingle and hurt. And they hurt on your head. The scalp, when they were rolled up, those little prongs cut into your scalp. And they got super hot and would burn your ears. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh, I remember this Charlie perfume. Oh, I remember when this came out. It was called Psst. It was like one of the first dry shampoos. You know, you spray it onto your roots, and, you know, it was one of the first dry shampoos. And one of the models that used to advertise it was Susan Day from the Partridge Family. And oh, I thought she was the coolest because she got to play the sister of David Cassidy's role, you know, Keith Partridge. And I had the biggest crush on Keith Partridge. David Cassidy. Oh, look at these lovely rings. You know, very simple days. Oh, be a skinny dip girl. These makeup mirrors. Okay. See, what she's doing is she's plucking her eyebrows in this mirror. Well, let me tell you, this was the era of the skinny eyebrows. And I bought into that. And once, for some people, once you pluck out your eyebrows, they never grow back. And I was one of those people. I remember these. Oh my gosh, I so remember these. These were... I had this one, and this one, tuberose, amberwood, and I think those are the two that I had. The Breck girl. Oh, be the girl with the hair. Yes. I look at this, and this is what we wore. Jeans and these little tank top type things, you know, these little tube tops. Very common. More hair. Conditioners. Wow, look, that is really pretty. Physoderm. Okay, I looked this up to see if you could still buy it, and I think there's something similar, but it doesn't look like this anymore. The pH balanced, I remember this. And more hairspray for the horrible curlers. And here's the Herbal Essence bubble bath. Oh, the smell. I still smell it. Oh, here she is. Here she is. Susan Day. Look at that. I have not looked through here yet. So that was my memory telling you that she was their model. Look at that. There. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at these rings. Sweet. Noxzema. I love the smell of Noxzema. And I remember I used to put it on my sunburns. I don't know why, but that's what we did. Now, when hair dryers first came out, this was the coolest. These hair dryers, these, smaller ones. Okay, in that last Sears magazine, remember they had Jeannie. Well, I have to show you something. Look what I found on Amazon. Oh, that brings back such memories. I had the bubble bath. I was walking Jeanette. I've used this since I just bought this, and it doesn't last very long, but I had to get it. So there it is. It lives. Oh, cheerleader fashions. Okay. This was a really good conditioner. I remember using this Clairol conditioner. Okay. See, it was all about getting a tan. Now, there was that one little blurb about trying to do it slowly and healthily, healthy, but it's all about getting bronzed and tan. All the ads. Ambush. And more beautiful hair. See, it's all about beauty. Beautiful hair, smelling good. Nothing changes. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. I'll just leave that right there. Oh, these underwear ads. Oh, my goodness. Oh, okay. All these products. I had the curlers from hell. No, I didn't have the steamer, not this one. I had a different one. I didn't have that. My mom had this one. We had this, the portable kind of bonnet hair dryer. You put it over your head. And this, and this, and this. Just look at her. Look at her eyebrows. Look at her eyebrows. Let me show you, in case you can't see that. Oops, wrong way, sorry. I mean, thin and overplucked. I'd like to see her today. I loved this Life conditioner. This was another conditioner that worked really well, I thought. And every girl had these. And I had mine in this blue color. All right, Here's an ad I have a lot of trouble with. Introducing Love's Baby Soft. And because innocence is sexier than you think. I mean, this is just so, I don't know, inappropriate. It's just inappropriate. Trying to, I don't know. It's just inappropriate. Leave that there. Oh, Farrah Fawcett. Look at Farrah Fawcett. And her hair, and all her hair grooming tools. Okay, I used to belong to this World of Beauty club, and it was a subscription box, one of the first subscription boxes I ever remember. And you got little sample sizes of stuff, and you cut out, what kind of skin you have, what color skin you have, dark, medium, light, your age group, your hair color, and you get all these things every month, just like today. And so you paste those things on here and send that in. Oh my gosh, I so remember this. So beauty boxes are not a new thing. Subscription boxes. English leather musk cologne for men. Oh, Head and Shoulders. This used to stink so bad. It was the worst smell. It may have worked, but I can't remember what that ingredient that was in there, but it stunk to high heaven. It was like tar or something like that. I don't know. Oh my goodness, these things. Ugh. Anyway. Suit your size at Sears Junior Bazaar. Look at these bathing suits. Oh, those are so cute. Oh my goodness, look at that. Mac and cheese with hot dogs. Lovely. I loved this Lemon Up shampoo and cream rinse. That was, I still smell it. Okay, I used to call this Bonnie Bell, but it's Bonne Bell. And I used 1006 and other Bonne Bell products. But like I said, we called it Bonnie Bell. See, 17 magazine, they're starting to appeal to the girl wanting to get married. Army, joining the army. Stop nail biting in 5 days, or your money back. Baby powder. Hillbilly jeans. Be kind to your behind. Here's some more Bonne Bell, or like I said, Bonnie Bell. And I don't think you can buy this anymore. Oh, Dep. I used to set my hair in the pink sponge rollers using Dep. Ah, see, more bridal. Here's your hope chest, your bridal chest. Look how happy. Yeah. And all these chests. That was a thing. When you got married or when you were planning for marriage, you had a chest and you put things in it that you would be bringing with you to your marriage. Baby oil. It didn't start out to be an eye makeup remover, but it sure makes a great eye makeup remover. Ay, ay, ay. Look at that. What does this ad say? Sheets, towels, blankets in these beautiful patterns. And a guy in bed. Okay. Oh, look at this. This is an Air Force ad. It's just the place for the woman who wants more out of life. Yes, there's weather observation, diet therapy, accounting, and finance. You might prefer training for operating room or dental specialist. Become a mechanic. Go into personnel, special services, and all these things. And so here are women in an office, ashtray full of cigarette butts. But this is an Air Force ad. Look at those eyebrows. That was the goal. That was the goal. And I looked like that at 15. Oh boy. And let's get tan for summer. Bathing suits. And it was these articles that I really paid attention to. Ideas to really have your life together for a summer. Getting it all together. Wrap your hair in a scarf or two. You know, just how to be fashionable. These are the styles of the 70s. And then, of course, the articles on how to be, more confident and beat your shyness. Stories. These were good articles. Oh, look at that. Sheets are for wearing. Oh my goodness. Today's bed sheets and towels are a bright and inexpensive way to stitch up some summer fashion. Oh my goodness. Okay. The Scarlett O'Hara wearing the drapes. Okay. Paper collecting, notes, note cards and things like that. Food. And then the back was filled with ads. A lot of diet aids, a lot of diet plans, camps that were very popular to, go to a summer camp and get thin. So I'm sure we'll be seeing those. I had these shoes. Oh my God, the platform shoes of the 70s. Oh my goodness. Usually the back end, I kind of remember these being full of like camps, weight loss camps, prep schools. Ah, here they are. Here they are. Yeah. Girls, overweight girls, 8 to 18. Oh my gosh. Weight Watchers camps, Murrieta camp, all these, And I remember thinking, maybe I should go to one. And I wasn't overweight, but, skinny has always been this thing, from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond. Not always healthy, but skinny. Not, and magazines messed with your head. This trying to look skinny, like a model. Anyway, so this is 1974. Now let's look at 1976. Okay, so here is the July of 1976. And it came in a crinkly envelope or cellophane. I remember this issue. I remember her as a model. I loved her curly hair. This is weird. I was just reading about the moon cult, the Moonies, like a week ago. We used to drive up to Mendocino a lot growing up, and we'd drive through Boonville, which was one of their big, not headquarters, but one of their big camps. The Moonies. Cover girl. Okay, how to get the most out of a fine fragrance. Wow, 2-page ad for Chanel. Boy, drenching on more of a good thing isn't the answer. It can be overpowering. Learn to build up a fragrance base. So you start by layering it with your bath or shower and your soap. And then when you come out, it's just, layering. It's heavy. So this is 2 years later, obviously, than the 76 one. 74 one. This is 76. But a lot of the same ads. Double mint gum. Used to love that. They're playing volleyball in the sand, but look at the perfect hair. Perfect. Not a hair out of place. Good Lord. portable 8-track player. Yeah. Oh my gosh, those were the days. Clearasil. Okay. Here we go, more tanning. Introducing Tropic Sun, the new tanning formula that puts nature to work for you. Inside every pale city person, there's a tan tropic person waiting to get out. Oh my goodness. Now you can just lay back and let it happen with these dark tanning oils and tanning butters. Give you the tan you've been waiting for. America's Junior Miss. This could be you. Johnson's baby powder. When a woman wants to make a gentle impression. And they show a cute boy playing the guitar. She came on softly. There was something so silky about the way she looked. I wanted so much to get close to her. And as I did, she smelled so fresh, so real, so gentle. Oh, I remember these too. Yeah. They weren't as good as the herbal essence. But shampoos back then were very into these fruity, herbal, nature smells. Are you lovable? Being friendly gets more attention than being cool. True. Number 2, boys think girls who say good things about themselves are conceited. False. Good. When a girl works on getting a guy to like her, chances are he never will. True. Okay. If a date is shy, you should carry the conversation until he's comfortable. False. Oh my goodness. I'll have to read some of these articles another time. Find 40 things that are green. Wow. Promoting organically grown materials before organic was a word, and again, appealing to the girl getting ready to get married. The dream. Trimmers. Hairdressers. Okay. Oh, okay. I have a story about this. One time, I put some on my hair right about here, right next to my ears, and some Jehovah's Witnesses came to the door, and I answered it, and this was supposed to be on for like 20 or 30 minutes, no more. And because I wanted to be polite, I stood there talking with them, and this stuff over-processed, and it turned white, just white. And I didn't know how to undo that, so I had white streaks in my hair until they grew out. Oh, I remember this, and I remember the commercials for this. Gee, your hair smells terrific. And I loved her cut and style, but I could never do that. Never. Gee, your hair smells terrific. That was the name of the shampoo. Okay. More baby oil. More rings. Let's get married. Alberto VO5. These were great. I loved these. They were you heated up these, you put them in hot water, and then you treated your hair, and it, a very nice conditioner, actually. Femme iron. Take iron, ladies. Frosting, frosting your hair and highlighting your hair was a very big thing in this age. Oh, I remember these. I don't know. I tried a pair on a few years back, and I thought they were the most uncomfortable shoes, but I lived in these all summer long. Oh, these Earthborn shampoos. I remember these. Again, that very earthy, citrusy. So this is green apple, strawberry essence, apricot essence, and avocado. So the shampoos and conditioners. And it's interesting, we didn't say conditioner back then. Very often it was cream rinse. A conditioner was like a deep, treatment that you did. Okay, tan care. Again, it's all about getting dark and tanned, right? Oh, I loved Sweet Honesty by Avon. And I still remember that scent. Avon had a lot of perfumes that were popular. And then Head and Shoulders, God, like I said, that stuff stank. Something was cut out here. Okay, red, white, and blue fashion. Okay, this is stuff I'd wear today, something like that. White skirt, sweater set. The teen scene in 1776, 200 years before this. Well, I'll have to come back and read that. Okay, some recipes. Okay, now sewing your fall wardrobe. And they give, that's interesting. Sewing isn't something that's really promoted anymore that I can see, to young girls. And I sewed, in my teens is when I learned to sew. And then when I had kids and girls, I loved making their dresses and all. In a different video, I'll show you some. Some of you have asked, and I've done for my granddaughter, I've done fancy dresses. Maybe I can find one to show you. I'll put it in here. And that's why I know about quality construction and clothing and things. So, because I know how to sew. Yeah. I have always loved plaids. Oh, look at this, Scottish clans. I love plaid. I always have. And I've got a few pairs of pants in different plaids. Stories. You know, the nice thing about these magazines is you would take this and read it, and it took you a while to get through because they had stories, I don't know. It's something that when I got in the mail, I would spend a good week with the magazine off and on, going over it, reading the stories, and, just taking it outside, laying in the sun. Remember I said we used to put Noxema on sunburns. Clogs were kind of a big thing coming out. Oh, why I quit the moon cult. That is so funny. The Moonies. They were very big in the 70s. Oh, all 10 rings for only $1. And then the ads. Oh, sorry. It's not going. Here we go. All the ads. What is this? Mood rings. And it changes colors with each new emotion based on your temperature, your skin temperature, those mood rings, or what else? There was another name for them too. I can't think of it. Yeah. Wow. Well, that's cool. Who changed America? So they've got Jefferson and Lincoln and Martin Luther King and Jane Addams. Modeling schools were a big thing. What was it? Barbizon, and there was another one. Yeah, Barbizon. There was another big name. I can't remember the name of it. But it was a big one, too. Be a model or just look like one. Ah, John Robert Powers. That was the other one. And look at all the schools they had. Okay. And it ends with get the darkest tan ever. Yep, with copper tone. And Breck clean rinse. That's it. Amazing. I loved looking through these and going down memory lane. For me, I loved the 70s. It was my favorite decade because I think, I was coming into, adulthood, young adulthood back then. And, there's something really magical about transitioning from a child to an adult at that teen, tween period, right? And the influences on us and the things we think are so important. So I hope you enjoyed those magazines. These are keepers. I was thinking, and this is my moment of keeping it real. And in this hustle and bustle of not only the holidays, but just every day, life just keeps throwing stuff at you. Every day. Every day. Some days you have great days, and then some days everything seems to appear to be a challenge. And when the kids were young, I didn't get involved in trying to solve too many of their problems. I let them figure things out because that's how they learned. You know that saying, the burned hand learns best. You say, don't touch the stove. And they touch the stove and they burn their hand and they learn, don't touch the stove. I believe in that. Now, I'm not going to let a child hurt themselves. But I'm all for letting them learn. And if they have to learn a hard way, they have to learn a hard way. Within reason. As the kids got older and became adults, they're very close to one another, and I'm really grateful for that. And yet sometimes, they're still brothers and sisters, and sometimes squabbles happen. And I won't listen to anybody's whining or complaining about another brother or sister. You know what she said, blah, blah, blah. They know, don't bother me with it. Don't go there. You work it out. You resolve it. You find a way to get back to peace. That's your job. And they know if they bring that up, anything up to me, that's what my recommendation typically will be. And so anyway, and this is rare, honestly. I remember about, 10 years ago or so, one of our kids, I was talking to him on the phone, and he was feeling really low about some interaction he had with one of his sisters. And it really got to him, and something, she said hurt his feelings really badly. And so, it's like, okay, well, did you communicate that to her? And so he said, no, I just want to let it go. Like, okay. Anyway, it was the next day or two I was talking with her. Now, I won't do this, hey, by the way, what did you say? And, clean that up. Mm-mm. But something told me, something was on my heart. And I said, yeah, I talked to him, and he was feeling pretty low about your interaction, and I don't know all the details, but he felt really bad. And she said something that has stuck with me since then, and I'm really grateful for this. She said, that's something I'm still working on about myself. And I thought, wow, what an amazing way to own something. There was no defense. There was no, oh, but he said this and I reacted with that and da-da-da-da-da. It was just an owning of, that's still something I'm working on about myself. And those words have stuck with me. My kids can be so profound. They really are. And they all do a great job at owning their stuff most of the time. We all have issues or struggles with that sometimes. But I'm still working on that about myself. And something else that made me think was there are always two perspectives or more if there are more people involved. There's always another perspective on an issue in life. There's always more than one perspective. And each person believes their perspective is the right one, right? Right? My perspective is right. I get it. And in this time of the holidays, I was thinking we need to think about that more. And that may be when we're just driving out in traffic and someone cuts us off, flips us off, and, is just a complete jerk to us. There are a lot of ways to react to that are in kind. And, I get my blood boiling in certain situations. And what I've been trying to be more mindful of is showing grace. Showing grace. Thinking about that other perspective, that person who just cut me off and flipped me off, may have just woken up on the wrong side of the bed. They may have had a fight with their wife or husband or partner. They may have just lost their job. They may have had a fight at work. You think of all the scenarios that put you into a bad mood. That they could just be in a foul mood. And maybe I did something 2 stoplights back that ticked them off and was the straw on the camel's back, right? And so it's hard sometimes to show grace. But grace is something that we give and show when it's undeserved. And I think about the times in my life that I've been shown grace by those who love me when I didn't deserve it. I was shown it. And therefore, I feel it's incumbent upon me to show grace to others in times when it's hard. It's easy to be graceful and show grace when it's easy. But when you're challenged and it's hard, that's when I ask you to take a look, to dig deeper, and show grace and mercy when it's the most difficult. Human beings are very complicated, and like I said, there are perspectives that people come with to a situation, brokenness that they have in their lives. And there are those who hurt others physically, mentally, emotionally. And if that's been you who has been hurt or harmed by someone else in your life, and we all have to some degree, some more than others, I would ask you to look at the fact that the perspective that person was coming from was a place of brokenness. It wasn't about you. It just happened to be there. But it wasn't your fault, per se. When someone is broken and they're taking out something on you, it's them, not you. Somebody who is whole and healthy doesn't harm you. And so if you have been harmed, you have to know it's their brokenness. Showing grace and mercy to them may be difficult. Forgiveness is hard. It's hard. I know. But sometimes it's the most freeing thing you can do. Cut that line as much as possible. Let it go. There are big things in life, and there are small things in life, and sometimes the small things are just like the things that really get under your craw. And so, with the little things, and I'm speaking to myself here, just my driving, when I'm frustrated and, reactive, I'm trying to realize that everyone out there, every car around me, or everyone at that store, or everyone in this line has a perspective, a life that they've come from, a history that may be quite painful. And I'm just going to try to show as much grace and mercy as I can summon in that moment. So I just want to end this kind of going into the Christmas season for me, Hanukkah for others, and other, faiths, to really think about someone else's perspective, someone else's story, someone else's brokenness, and if and when it's possible, to show grace, to give grace, particularly when it's undeserved. I am where I am today because I've been shown grace, mostly by my parents. I think about my teen years and, the 70s and teens. It's a fun time. And, yeah. And I was shown so much grace by my parents, and love, and kindness, and mercy when I didn't deserve it. And so that's what I tried to give to my kids. And I hope you can do that as well to some degree, if in a little bit is progress. That is my little blah, blah, blah of keeping it real. I don't know all the answers to life. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell my kids. Don't tell my husband. They think I know everything. I've convinced them I do. But I know the more we can be kinder to one another, the better off our world is. And when we are kind to one person, we are kind to the world. When we show grace to one person, we give grace to the world. Just one person. So, I appreciate you. I thank you all. And I look forward to sharing my reveal with you. That'll be next week. Have a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas. I'll be back on probably one more time before Christmas. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.